Amen. Gray Rizzy, we out here, Shade 45. You know I like doing stuff like this for all of you, man. It's a special day up here in Harlem. And besides, man, when I talk about having certain guests, there's certain people that are living legends amongst us. Whether you want to go ahead and give them the flowers or not, you got to acknowledge the greatness that's here right now. 215-212-718. I don't give a fuck where you at. I'm putting my hands together for my brother Freeway in the building, man. And he ain't alone. We got the Freedom Thinkers Academy in the building. Son of 215, he's up in here. Clemmye up in here.
What's going on?
It's a family affair. Shout out to my brother Kev, MMG1122, BDM Smith. You already know what it is. My whole team over here at PVA.
Yeah, we got a couple members of the Freedom Thinkers. There's a few more.
Yeah, we have J Huff, ABM Cartier,
Yeah,
right?
man. Yeah, you on point.
Sandy, Benjamin.
You on point. I like that.
You know
I
what
like
I'm
that.
saying?
New chain gang.
New Chain Gang.
Nah.
Yeah.
So let's start with
Not
this,
the
man.
new chain gang.
He said, so Free was like,
The chain,
nah.
chain gang still remains. We about to cook something for y'all.
Oh, okay, we gonna talk
This
about it in a
Freedom
second.
Thinkers Academy.
You ain't gonna let that just put that through. Yeah, we gonna talk about that
Yeah,
for
for
sure.
sure, I got
But
you.
it's all about this Freedom Thinkers Academy right
Yes,
now,
sir,
man.
yes, sir, yeah.
I'm looking at the name. Is there association with the Freedom Riders?
I mean, listen, man. It's associated
greatness.
with all things freedom. You
Okay,
know,
all right.
I found the Freedom Thinkers Academy. It's music, health, education, and culture. You know, so it's just basically a hub for everything that's going on with my life. Y'all know September 2015, I was diagnosed with end-stage renal failure. I was on dialysis from September 16th, 2015 to February 5th, 2019, when I received my gift of life. I received my transplant. And throughout the whole time I was on dialysis and up to present day, you know, I've been an advocate for kidney health, you know, celebrity ambassador for the National Kidney Foundation, you know, work with the gift of life. You know, I feel like it's very important for me to share my story with people because what I was going through affects a lot of people, you know.
Silently. A lot of people,
Yeah, and a lot of
the
people-
light isn't always shined on it.
Yeah, a lot of people don't even want to talk about it or don't want to share it, you know, but it's a reality. You know, I was running around with 3 of the leading risk factors for kidney failure. One is hypertension, another one is diabetes, and surprisingly, just being African American was a risk factor for kidney failure.
Wow.
I had examples in my family. My uncle got a kidney transplant. Now he's back on dialysis. My first cousin Shandia, she died. She passed away because she had kidney issues and she wasn't taking her medicine and taking care of herself. So I had all these examples in my life, and I still didn't know or think that it could happen to me. And lo and behold, it did.
The ignorance of it, and when I say ignorance, a lot of people think, oh, you calling me ignorant? No, sometimes you just don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're not educated about it.
Mhm.
And it sounds like this is something that you are getting out there and people are starting to take notice.
Yeah, for sure. In the words of the great G.I. Joe, knowing is half the battle. you know?
Absolutely.
So it's important to have that knowledge, you know. It's important to keep up with your routine physicals. Make sure you get blood work done at least once a year because your blood work is the only thing that can tell you what's really going on in your body. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't doing those things, you know. Being a rap star, just traveling the world, doing what I want to do, eating what I want to eat, coming out the clubs, going to the diners, eating whatever, being in the studio 2, 3 in the morning in New York, ordering cheeseburger platters and all types of stuff. All those things affected me, you know what I'm saying? And I'm here to tell you, like, if you living like that and you eating like that and you're not taking care of yourself, it's a direct ticket to kidney failure.
There's a lot of people, especially it's not even that we're out of it. We're still dealing with the pandemic right now. And I know there was a big concern for people like yourself. Like you said, you just got the gift of life. How has that been as we are still going through it for yourself?
I caught COVID. I caught COVID sometime last year. You know, thank God it wasn't too crazy, but it was crazy. Like, I had the chills. I had headaches. I had body aches. I took the test. You know, I was diagnosed with it. And, you know, I got through it, you know, by the grace of God. But it's definitely real. And I definitely feel blessed because with my condition, it definitely could have took me out of here, you know. So
Absolutely. Well, I'm
people
glad.
take it serious because it's serious.
I just want to say this, you know, me personally, especially everybody that's listening, the millions of people that's here on SiriusXM, of course, Shade 45, we appreciate you, King, for taking the time because a lot of people take it for granted when you go outside of your box to make sure that information is passed along.
No,
so we thank you for that.
I feel like it's my duty, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And also, you know, your duty, at least your career for the past 20 years have been about these bars, man. And I know
Yes, sir.
there's a musical part to all of this.
Most definitely.
Talk to
man.
me about that.
Oh man, the music we've been creating is incredible, man. I've been a reality rapper, all my life. I pride myself on giving y'all the realness. And my past couple of years been rough. Like I had a lot things that affected me. Last year my son passed away. Right now my daughter's fighting cancer. She has a rare cancer called sarcoma, and it's a battle. Like we rumbling. Like she had an operation on her back in September, where they removed a bunch of the cancer, and now the cancer just came back. It's on both sides of her spine now, so they got to go back in and do the same surgery that they did before. She got tumors other places. She just started immunotherapy, so God willing, that helps shrink the tumors. But it's a rumble, and all these things that I've been going through just been fueling some great, real music. I feel like this new project, this new music that I'm working on is going to be my most sincere work that y'all ever heard. I mean, I've been keeping it 100, completely 100 on everything.
Transparency isn't something for everybody. I think it's something you have to proceed with caution.
Yeah, most
because if you
definitely.
don't understand the power of what you're about to put, the power of the tongue,
Yeah, for sure.
it can cut people.
For artists out there, like even just being in the game 20 plus years, the music changed so much. Things be different than they was before. And artists can find themselves getting lost in those transitions. But my suggestion and my advice to all artists: just make what's true to you. Make the music that you feel. Make what's from your heart. Nobody can argue what comes from your heart, because it's real and it's from the heart. And 9 times out of 10, people with hearts can feel it.
Absolutely. That's when that connection happens.
Yes, sir.
For sure. Look, I definitely want to salute once again. Clemmye's in the building, son of the 215. He's up here too. Before we get into that, because look, I Philly, I know you motherfuckers, y'all calling in, y'all doing all kind of craziness. Look, we gonna get to all of this. We got a lot of stuff planned in this show, but I want to get to this song right here, More Freedom. And this is something that you've been working on. I believe we got a project that's on the way.
Yeah, shout out Lil Vic. My man Lil Vic produced this track.
Mm-hmm.
And I met Lil Vic through Petey Crack. Shout out Petey Crack.
Petey.
Yeah, Petey Crack, like one of my favorite rappers, and Petey Crack got some amazing music coming soon. So look out for Petey Crack. Y'all definitely need to get him up here too.
Yeah.
He working. He got some heat. So he had invited me to the studio to do a record for one of his new projects.
Mm-hmm.
And Lil Vic was there. And we connected. I knocked the record off for Crack, knocked a couple more records out, and then Lil Vic was sending me some beats, and I just caught his own. So I got a few joints with him that's crazy.
But look, we gonna get into this joint right here. It's Gray Rizzy up here with you on Shade 45. Freeways in the building.
Yeah.
Clemmye up here. Son of the 215. It's all about that Freedom Thinkers Academy. It's more freedom. Turn it up.
FTA.
Hey man, it's Gray Rizzy. We out here right now. 215. What's up?
Yeah.
Freeways in the building. Son of the 215. Clemmye, what's good?
Man.
Freedom Thinkers Academy.
You hear that intensity, you hear that passion. That's how we coming, man.
Yeah, I think that's needed. In some ways, let me just say it like this: with the growth of hip hop, I would never say, "Damn, they shouldn't have that," or "They shouldn't be doing it," because they're probably making, and I'm talking about new artists, they're probably making more money than they ever would have made in any other thing that they ever would have even thought about doing.
For sure.
At the same time, I'm pissed at a lot of these artists because they don't realize the gift that they have, the opportunity that they have, and in some ways, they're just fumbling the bag, so to speak. Yeah. And when you say listen to that hunger, it automatically resonates.
Yeah, man.
You came and you were part of not only individually, but State Prop, and recently Cameron was on a show. Shout out to our bro Noriega.
Shout out Cam, that's my boy, man. Shout out Cam.
And there was
shout out Els.
Els.
Welcome home, bro.
And there was a conversation that they were having where a lot of people didn't realize there was a deal that was on the table that was specifically for diplomats, and that didn't work out, and it turned into what later became state property. Right now, you have. And first of all, let me just make sure this is this.
Yeah, no, we was already signed when diplomats came around.
You were already there.
Yeah, state property was already established.
Right,
it was already part of Rockefeller. Then Dips came to the Rock. Like Jay and Dame signed diplomats to the Rock, and we was all for it. Cameron, Jewel. Cameron been doing this thing since the Clue tapes.
Mm-hmm.
Me being an artist coming up, he was always an MC that I looked up to. And me and Jules connected on a different level. You see, I was on the album, and it was all love. It always was all love. So when it came to the label, it was dope for me.
Right. Right now, you have your own thing that you're working on right now. Again, Freedom Thinkers Academy and stuff. You're starting a new chapter, a new page. There's a new story that's about to happen. The stuff that you went through, how do you apply that to leading this group of men down this new path?
If you go through situations you don't learn from them, you don't grow from them, then there's something wrong with you. You know, I learned and I grew from every situation that I've been through. And I was dope enough to have great mentors, Jay-Z, Dame Dash, Biggs. And, you know, I'm still connected with them, you know what I'm saying? So if I ever need some advice moving forward, if I ever need someone to talk to, shoulder to lean on, I still got the big homies. But now it's time for me to step into that position and lead my boys, and that's what I'm going to do.
I've always been... leadership is one thing, but being battle tested is another. I mean, and you think about State Prop, G Unit, State Prop, Locks. I mean, stills go to sharpen steel. Yeah, for sure. What's some of the memories that you're always like, damn, son, we really did that. We came through that together as a group.
Everything, you know.
Anything in particular though?
Hot 97. You know, I remember Jay was like, I don't know if these the exact days, but I'm just giving you an example. So it was like a Friday, and Jay like, y'all better have y'all bars ready. We going to the radio on Monday. We shutting it down. We going to rap for 2 hours straight. And y'all better be ready. You know what I'm saying? So it was Philly. We from Philly. We coming up New York to do our thing. It was a little tension with certain artists and all that. We went up there. We did our thing. You know, of course, the legendary beef with the Locks, you know, with Mac and Kiss and with us going through it with them, it was real at the time. Like, we were strapped up, like, ready for whatever. Like, you know, we from the streets, and I'm pretty sure they felt the same way, and they was carrying it the same way. But the crazy thing is, present day 2021, like, they some of the thoroughest niggas in the music business that I consider my friends. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
I've heard the same thing from their side as well.
For sure, man.
And, you know, just to hear,
me
like,
and Kiss just was doing it. We just probably did like 5 joints together. We got a joint this Saturday together, a barbecue in Brooklyn. Shout out 2 O's, things of that nature. You know, we gonna be out here.
Are we gonna hear more music from all of you together? Like, is this something that we'll probably, you know, hopefully be able to hear this year?
Yeah, definitely. Like, as far as I know, Kiss, I was just telling Kiss about the new project, and he was like, "Free, I gotta jump on that joint." You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make that happen. But what we really need to do is do some state property D Block shit. Like, you know what I mean? Imagine a state property D Block tour. Imagine state property D Block.
Somebody in their car damn near swerved off the road just now.
Imagine state property D Block, Diplomats, and G Unit. Imagine that tour, world tour.
Crazy.
It'll be crazy, man. You know,
crazy.
So I'm pushing to make moves like that, and then to bring my boys along with me. We trying to make legendary moves out here. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let's do this, man. Son of 215, what's going on, man? Son of the 215.
What's up, bro?
How did you meet Freeway, bro? How did this connection happen?
Oh man, you know, first of all, I've been listening to my big bro like probably all my life. You know what I mean? Like that era of hip hop, Philly hip hop raised me and my guys. So he helped me through my life. You hear me? You know what I mean? In the streets, whatever I was going through at home, school, any of that. But I was doing the show. I was out A3C in like 2019.
ATL, what up?
Yeah. You know, with Hennessy Cab, my big bro. He had something lined up. He had me on the bill. OG was closing. I was an opener. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm the closer.
He was closing it out. So after my set, you know what I mean, I became a fan. Like I'm now in the show. I'm ripped. I'm tall. I'm in my vibe. And he was doing this set, and I just wanted to hear what we do is wrong so much. I'm like, Dad, I hope he do what we do. So he must have heard me because that was the last song he's about to do. You know what I mean? And when he did it, like, yo, youngin, come up here, help me out with this jump. I'm like, what? I'm up here.
Say less.
You know what I mean?
Word.
So that's probably one of my favorite moments in my career. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then, like I said, you know, that's the soundtrack of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a classic era for us, a great time in Philly for us. Any guy from my era being under them came up, you know what I mean? Learned the lessons from them. You know what I'm saying? So the link up, it was like full circle. And you know, whatever the OG say, that's what it is.
Can I be honest with you for a second?
What's up,
I
bro?
couldn't connect my beard to save my life when that song came out. But I stayed doing
You couldn't get your licky act right.
out. Yo, I stayed doing that.
Listen, brother, if you have trouble connecting your beard,
Let him know.
I have a beard product. It's called Best Beard Cream.
Here we go.
On Instagram, it's Best Beard Cream, and the website is www.bestbeardcream.com.
Copy,
It
man.
promotes good beard health, beard growth, so
I need that.
I might have some in my. I don't think I got none in my bag, but we'll make sure you get some.
For
Give
sure.
us a
I
PO
need that
box
because my beard be on struggle for real. Look, I don't want to. I want to be clear about something. We got Clemmye up here too. I want to get to some music real quick. We're gonna come right back. We're gonna talk with Clemmye because I gotta understand how you connected with all this as well, man. Freeways up here. Free Thinkers Academy. It's Gray Rizzy. We out here. Shade 45.
Cheer.
Gray Rizzy, we out here right now. Free Thinkers Academy, FTA.
Freedom
Excuse
thinkers.
me, Freedom Thinkers, FTA.
But we're free thinkers.
You got to be a free thinker out here, man, because people are steadily always giving you craziness, and if you don't process properly, you will be out here like Boo Boo the Fool wearing sheep's heads and all kinds of crazy shit. Clemmye,
saying the blind leading the blind.
Yeah, and it's
That's
real.
why you gotta do your research and you gotta, you know what I mean, know what you're getting into.
Yeah. It's real, man. But you got some guys that obviously are freedom thinkers.
For sure.
Clemmye is up here.
Yeah.
And let me just say this real quick before we get with you, Clemmye. I've been looking at the gram. I've been looking at the process. You guys have been traveling, and one thing that caught me off guard the other day is that y'all had a police escort.
Oh yeah.
You had a police escort
I told
moving
you
through
we
these streets.
carrying it like, you know what I mean, what I came from. That's what I came from.
It's different.
You know
It's different. Like,
It's different.
don't get me wrong, Clemmye, you're not 16 years old.
Yeah.
You're not 18 years old. You're a man of the world
Yeah,
at this
for sure.
point. And I think somebody even said it like, yo, you know, in some cases, we were going the opposite way from seeing these lights.
Yeah.
Now these lights are escorting you guys to where you're going. How has that been, this journey so far?
Oh man, coming from where I come from, I'm from Toledo, Ohio, man. It's a small city, man, and it's so much negative coming from where we come from, where, you know what I'm saying, you ain't got much. You feel what I'm saying? To when you get out here and start actually doing some life living, you start seeing the world differently. You feel what I'm saying? Everything isn't your enemy. Every person isn't your enemy. Every cop ain't a bad person. You know what I'm saying? So we really just trying to keep everything around us positive. Everything around us positive. Everything is gonna grow. Like, once I started training my mind to understand that I could create my own reality just by thinking positive, my life just been going positive. You know what I'm saying? That's just it. Simple as that. Simple as understanding that everything negative that's ever went into your life, you created that too. As long as you can keep that away from yourself, just think positive, you're all right.
You know what's funny? I'll put it something real simple. Rent in New York City. If you grow up in New York City, fam, you think, of course, New York City is the greatest place on earth. It's energy all the time. But you get so used to paying this crazy amount of rent that you're like, oh, this is part of life until you go somewhere else. And you're like, why the fuck am I paying all this money, man?
I got a story about that because, you know, where we from, our rent is, you know, if you got an apartment back home, $300, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
A month, something like that. And Life Jennings, shout out to Life. Life Jennings is my cousin, and he moved out here.
Must be nice.
And when he moved out here, he had a studio apartment. That joint was like $17.50 a month. And I couldn't believe it. I'm like,
and that's
how
cheap.
are you? Who can afford that? You know what I'm saying?
And that's cheap, yeah.
And that's ridiculous. And that was cheap. You know what I'm saying? And he, you know, he had just got his deal with Sony, and it was like, man, I just couldn't believe it. It's the first time I had ever heard anything like that. Like, what? How is that? That's ridiculous. That was just it, and that was a long time ago too. So, but it was crazy. Like for me, like, I couldn't even imagine anything back home costing that much.
Right. You gotta have a baby mansion for that joint right
A mansion probably wouldn't even be. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, it probably had to be like an estate or something for $2,000 a month. That's crazy.
Well, you know, the good thing is we're about to get into a song that you and Freeway have done. You know, it's on the project, and you know, you got to be looking out for that real soon.
Produced by Felicia Faith, Sandy Benjamin.
Shout out.
Thinkers.
Coming from Toledo, Ohio, man, like, how did you connect with Free?
Man, I've known Free a long time, man, but I actually met Freeway through Cousin E. So I got affiliated with Rockefeller through Beanie Siegel first. And then Haas, shout out to Hassan, he was the manager for the Young Guns. He started managing me, so I started going on the road with them. And I met Cousin E, and Cousin E introduced me to Freeway.
Copy.
So I've been around for a long time. This was like 2003.
And what I'm hearing in all this is experience across the board.
Oh, definitely.
And that's coming across in the music. I gotta assume that's coming across in the music.
Most definitely.
Free is my friend, man. You know what I'm saying? Like my best friend in the world. Like he's a good guy. You know what I'm saying? Like I've met a lot of people, and you just don't meet people like Free. You feel me? And that's why people treat him the way they do treat him, because he's a good guy. You know.
Freeway, what's the hat like now? I don't know what the title is. Is it CEO? Is it, you know?
Gucci or Fendi Fitty, I'm a man of many hats.
Yeah.
Man, let me go ahead and write this down. I need to use that bar at a later time. But with that crown comes responsibility. With that hat comes responsibility.
Most definitely.
And how is it acclimating to that, man?
Like I said, I've been through so many trials and tribulations, and I learned from everyone. And I'm still learning. I'm still growing. And I feel like it's time for me to step up, and I'm ready for it.
Yeah. Well, look, I want to direct everybody over to the website, which is up and running, and I believe Freedom Thinkers Academy.
Yeah,
it's www.freedomthinkersacademy.com.
Yes,
it's music, health, it's education, and it's culture, and
and it's merch. Come get some of this
merch
fly.
too. We got
come get some of this fly.
Yeah, I'm looking at the hats.
Yeah. We gotta make sure we get you some stuff too.
Yeah,
and we got workshops for artists that's trying to reach their full potential in music.
Yes.
We got a workshop called Art of Writing the 16, where I help people learn how to write a real 16. We have some STEM workforce courses for people that's trying to get into the workforce. Maybe it's someone that graduated from high school but don't want to go to college, but want to make some immediate money.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's somebody that's in their 20s, that's still trying to figure it out, and they want to get into the workforce. We're offering some STEM workforce courses for people to get actual workforce certifications, and we got certified teachers that teach all the courses. You know what I'm saying? So we're trying to better the community also.
Yes.
It ain't just all about us.
Everything positive.
We're trying to help people better themselves.
Freeway, what's your position? Because we recently lost two greats, DMX,
Most definitely.
Black Rob.
I was just with Black Rob.
We was just
too.
with Black Rob.
Which is
All-Star Weekend. We was with Black Rob, and I was telling
you're probably the fifth person who has said this exact thing.
Yeah,
I was just with him.
He was telling me what he going through, and I'm like, bro, you got to go to dialysis, because he was having trouble with going to dialysis, and that's just a reality for people. It's a lot of people that feel like when I was going to dialysis, it was people that won't go until they start feeling bad. But in all actuality, you have to go to every treatment. I never missed a dialysis treatment. I might have had a show and then had to go the next day or something. I actually went on tour on dialysis and set up dialysis in every city that I went to.
Yeah.
It's very important.
You have to be that diligent in it.
Especially if you're trying to get on a transplant list and get a transplant like I did, they look at all those things. So if you're not going to dialysis, they're going to get a kidney to somebody that is going to dialysis.
Right.
So, I was just telling bro, you got to stay on top of your job. You got to go to dialysis. I gave him my number. I was like, if you need anything, I could plug you with some of the doctors that I work with. We talked one time after that, but rest in peace to Black Rob,
Rest
man.
in peace, man.
It's a struggle for everybody. And it all goes back to what I was telling y'all in the beginning. You got to keep up with your routine physicals. You got to get your blood work done. You got to stay on top of these things because it's a reality that these things can affect you. What I'm saying? And rest in peace to DMX, man. I had the pleasure of working with him. I did a record with him. It was a great feeling. It was amazing to work with the legend. Every time I seen him, it was always all love. We all have our battles and things that we battle with, and DMX had shit that he battled with, and he was a fighter. He battled his whole life. He put his reality into the music. He didn't hide nothing. He let everybody know what he was going through, and you can hear the pain in his songs. You know what I'm saying? And you can hear the struggle. And we all got things that we deal with. A lot of times people be dealing with mental issues and don't even know it. You know, and it's serious out here. That's why I'm taking the stand that I'm taking, and just trying to help people better themselves. What's
your opinion? Because I've been seeing this come up a lot in forming a union. The industry taking more care of its own.
I'm with it 100%. Let me tell you something. I was diagnosed with high blood pressure and diabetes. I think it probably was around 2009 to 2010. I just came back from Saudi Arabia, and I was having little health issues over there, and we didn't know what it was or whatever. So when I got diagnosed with high blood pressure and diabetes, I didn't have health insurance. So I was paying $600-700 a month out of my pocket just for my medicine. I'm not even talking about specialist visits, doctor's visits. Mm-hmm. I was paying everything out of my pocket. By the grace of God, I could afford to do it. But there's so many people that can't afford to do it. Yeah. And it's a lot of people that, I'm not even talking about people in the industry, because people in the music industry should be able to afford taking care of their medicine. But a union in healthcare and all those things would be the best thing for us. But I'm talking about people in the streets, people in the hood. It's people that get sick and don't even go to the doctors because they don't got health insurance.
Right. Yeah.
They treat you like shit when you're in them hospitals. You don't got health insurance. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's not only affecting people in the music business, it's affecting people in general. We just got to get this shit together, man, because it don't make no sense for someone that died because they can't afford to get their medicine.
Yeah, that's total. Frankly, it's total bullshit, especially here in the United States of America, man.
Yeah.
But again, I commend you for taking that step and leading that charge
It's all good,
with what
bro.
you're doing right now. Not only with the music, but also just education,
Yes, sir.
healthcare, all of the above, man. Freedom Thinkers Academy.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
We got something
Yes.
planned for you, man. You got to stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, I want everybody to make sure that you're tapped in. With the website. What's the website one more time?
www.freedomthinkersacademy.com.
And also, we're going to start with you, Freeway. Social-wise, how can everybody stay tapped in?
You can hit me on Instagram at Philly Freeway. On Twitter, it's at Philly Freezer. Facebook is Philadelphia Freeway.
Clemmye, what up?
Yeah, my handle on IG is at Clemmye. That's Clemmye. It's the same for Twitter, and it's Clemmye B on Facebook.
This is my man right here. I was making sure I put all them underscores down. What's up, son of 2
You know me, man. Everything son of the 215, man. Everything son of the 215 on all platforms, man. Philly. New Philly.
215
Freedom
with the bearded
Thinkers.
legend.
1122 Mafia, man. We in here, man.
You got to tap in with it all. And also look out for the project compilation is on the way. All right? If you missed any part of this interview, don't worry about it. Just download the SiriusXM app. You can listen to it on an iPhone, Android, at home. If you're on the toilet with a home connected device, you can do that too. Amazon, Alexa, Apple TV, however you stream music. All you have to do is put in Freeway, Gray Rizzy, Shade 45. Best believe we out here. Whoa.